Well, off we go then. And Lee makes his way off, followed very quickly by Jo Chung. Here comes Muntai. Jung Muntai from Korea. A short delay before Patrick Dog will make his way off, followed very quickly by El Gendi and Miles Pillage. Short wait before Chaba Boom and Belot from France have made their way off, 17 seconds delayed. Then it is Aslam Hamad. He is now off and running. It's going to go crazy, isn't it? Dallenbach has made his way off. There goes Giorgio Malam. Then Roman Popov, he starts to make his way down the line, followed by Jan Kuf from the Czech Republic. Prad now makes his way off the start line. You can see how far away these athletes are getting. Wachowski from Poland is now off and running, as is right now Titus Perunas. And then a little bit of a wait here for Richard Berechki. He'll make his way off in 5 seconds time, and he'll be chomping at the bit to get off down the track as quickly as he can. And he is now off and running, so all 18 athletes are now out on track. And you can see just how far ahead the lead athletes are after 59 seconds. But there is Aslam Hamed.
Yes, and we call this again the formation lap. No shooting series in the first lap. They will go into the shooting series, into their first shooting series now, so this is where it all counts. Right now it's just about maintaining your pace and controlling your breath work going into the shooting.
Which I think is the incredible part of it. I mean, many people who go out and run, you think, well, 600 metres, that's not that tricky. You can do 600 metres. Well, you do 600 metres, that's all fine. In fact, doing 3K, if you break it into 600 metre laps, that's sort of okay as well. Not lovely, but it's okay. But when you're trying to do it fairly quickly, like these guys are trying to get through as well, but you're also focusing on staying calm because you've got to shoot the target 5 times. And you've got 4 sets of those 5 targets to hit. As we see, both the Korean athletes hitting the range at exactly the same time. It's not as easy as it makes you think, because you're expelling your energy. Chung goes into position in 3rd, and Dallenbach has made his way right up the order.
It's also a bit windy, which can be challenging for the athletes to shoot in those kinds of conditions, but it seems like Jihan Lee is struggling a bit in the range.
So is Chung at the moment, although it's still only 12 seconds, but he's missed that 5th a couple of times there, and he's now away 15 seconds later on Jo Chung. There's a Dog in the shot. I thought I saw Dallenbach there, but it is Patrick Dog, both wearing the red. Dallenbach is in there at the moment. There he is, the Swiss left-hander.
Look at that pack.
It's very, very congested. Patrick Dog left in 7th place. You see that below is there in 8th, 28 seconds back. Hamad 29 seconds back. Popov 29 seconds back. Milan in 11th, 31 seconds back. This is going to be very, very close. It might open up a little bit in the next round of shooting, or it might even come together a bit more, which is the scary thought, really. As we look down here, no one is fully secure at the moment. Even Jun and in 2nd, El Gendi. But
do you know what? These athletes have been through a tough week, and those who will be making it to the finals are going to have a tough day tomorrow as well. But that's why they're called super athletes for a reason. So yeah, the amount of effort and stress they go throughout this week is just made all worthwhile by finals qualifications and eventually Olympic qualifications as well.
Quick look at Roman Popov. He's moved his way up 3 positions, so he's gone from 12th up to 9th. Remember, he started 32 seconds off the lead. He actually started from 9th place with that. He started with a deficit of 11 seconds over Aslam Hamad from Egypt. But you can just see now the spread here. And although there is a decent spread of the athletes across the way, they're not that far apart. Those gaps there are only about 10, 15 metres or so between each, and that is nothing as we see back into the range. Muntai, and now Ahmed El Gendi joins him alongside.
It's good shooting from Muntai, good shooting from Hamad so far. I think they're going to be off together.
Oof, and it is a very, very impressive shoot there. And El Gendi leads off now, so he's really started to work his way up the order.
Wang Tai is away, Jihan Lee is away, picked up the pace again.
Mohamed Elgendi started 12 seconds off the shoulder of Lee, and he's now leading. So not only is he doing so well, but he's leading the way. And you can see Pillage has now left, so has Jo Chung. A lot of shouting, a lot of whistling going on. Counting back, well, Below's in 7th, Popov is in 8th, Dog is in 9th. Yeah, Milan is in 10th, only 2 seconds off the shoulder of both those athletes. They're chasing down 7th place, really. 7th place, 20 seconds back. And then you look back, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. There's only just a couple of seconds between those 4 or 5 athletes. This is very, very tense with 2 more rounds of shooting, 2 and a bit laps to go, 2.5 laps to go here. So 1,500 meters, they're reaching the half distance now.
Yeah, blink and you miss it.
Absolutely right.
9th place, and Giorgio Malin seems to be closing up that gap. But Patrick Dog is digging deep, trying to secure his position by overtaking Valentin Bello, it seems, in 8th place now.
It's grimacing as he goes there. You can show the effort that Patrick Dog is putting in. They're all putting in the effort, but you can see him now trying to extend and go past on the right-hand side, perhaps just trying to get past and put the pressure on those athletes around him as they go around to the range for the 3rd time of 4, and he now has just made his way ahead of them. And is that a tactic maybe to get ahead and you go into the range a little bit to say, look, I'm ahead of you now, the onus is on you to not mess up, or is it just that he wants to be ahead of them for his own mental needs, should we say?
Do you know what? I think it's there's a psychological element to it when you're ahead of your opponents, and your opponents kind of just like get that fear in them a little bit. And but where it starts going wrong is when you start focusing on that and leave the shooting altogether. So again, just focus on yourself and you'll get there. Mohamed Elgendi's in the range, both Koreans.
He's looked so good. 8.6 seconds. He had 1 miss, Elgendi. I was just keeping an eye on him. He just looks so relaxed, doesn't he, Mohamed Elgendi? He's now off and running again. He looks so at home out there in the laser run, so at home out there on the grass right now. And it's just great to see a really relaxed running style from Mohamed Elgendi. He's very, very impressive. Moved up 4 positions here. That deficit that he started with is completely gone. And around you can hear the shouts. Jo Chung down in 4th place. Miles Pillage in 6th now. This is a lot for the home crowd to take because it is so congested. Roman Popov there, 21.9 seconds back. Milan 22.1. Patrick Dog in 9th, 27. Valentin Bello 29 seconds. It's 4 seconds separating 9th and 11th as they go round. They've only got 1 more round of shooting, but 4 seconds between 9th and 11th when we know only the top 9 are going to go through. It is very, very close with all of them, really.
It's about who wants it more at this point.
Who wants it more? Who's got the energy left in the tank? Who can really push themselves without going too much? Because 1 more round of shooting, they're going to be tired at this stage. Of course they are, but they've got to keep composed, haven't they, for that 1 final round? How many times have we seen the wheels fall off on the final round of shooting?
Yeah, so Patrick Dog is still in 9th place, being chased down by Valentin Bello in 10th, and it 2 amazingly, they're really fast runners. And
well, Patrick Dog has dropped down 5 positions, as we can see. Started in 4th, 11 seconds off the lead. He's really fallen back, and he's not looking the most comfortable, is he? He's really grimacing with maybe 700 or 800 meters still to go of this. I'm not sure if that's the face of someone that's looking relaxed and calm to me, whereas over his shoulder, Valentin Bello from France, he looks completely calm and relaxed, just looking down at the feet of Patrick Dog ahead of him.
Do you know what some athletes do? Do some facial expressions.
It looks like me getting out of bed. That face there. That's the most exercise I could ever do. As Mohamed Elgendi is now off and away. That is very, very impressive from the young man. He's now off and running on his final lap. He's just jogging round now, just wiping his brow. He's not going hell for leather. He's got it in the tank. He knows if he needs to push, he can do, but there's no need for him now. Just take it easy, get himself over the line as the fans look on. And Jo Chung and Miles Pillage are both away at exactly the same time as Chaba Boom, and off they go. A quick count back. I can see Mariam just getting her finger out, trying to count the numbers back here. Milan is in 8th. Ninth is below. Oh, Jan Kuf there, just 1 second off. Patrick Dog, 2 seconds off now, ninth place. This is going to come down to a proper foot race now, and the gaps are starting to close. We have about 450 metres of semi-final B to go. Forget Mohamed El Gendi. He's been so fantastic that we've not really even spoken about him. The young man has just moved on from 11-second, 12-second deficit from the start, and he's leading by some margin. And I can tell you he's just jogging around, but behind, he's only about maybe 100 metres ahead of Patrick Dog, who's down there currently, I think in 11th or 12th place. Keep your eyes on the graphics. Below is there, Kuf is there, Dog is there in 11th place. So it's a foot race now. Dog comes out there on the final stretch, 300 metres to go. The gap is starting to close, not between Dog and the one in front of him, but between Dog and the others. And Dog is now really stretching this. And if you're in ninth place, if you're Valentin below, well, you're going to be nervously looking over your shoulder. The grimace on his face there, Patrick Dog, rounding his left-hand bend, trying to stretch as much as he can. Closing now on the back, as you can see right now. This is Joe Chung is there. Joe Chung is in ninth place. Joe Chung, is he going to be overtaken by Patrick Dog? They're going to come round the line. The British fans are going to be willing Joe on as he goes over to the line. He looks over. He's got to get a wriggle on. He is doing just that as they go over the line right now. And I think Patrick Dog has just brought it home in 10th place, just 1 second off the shoulder from Joe Chung. Joe Chung, that was very, very dangerous for him. I reckon another 10 metres or so. I just don't know whether Joe Chung was just timing it right and maybe could have got the afterburners on if he needed. But the speed, the pace of Patrick Dog just there, it wasn't quite enough for the German. Started 4th and he is eliminated by finishing 10th, but 1 second back from the Olympic champion here in semi-final B.
Do you know what, Joseph Chung, I don't think he was...
But having all those people in front of you and around you, though, if you've got Dog hunting you down and all of a sudden you need to get a wriggle on and someone in front of you doesn't get the memo, they hold you up, he goes past you, and then you're out. But you can see here Mohamed El Gendi leading the way with that qualification, coming home first. And Won Tai-jun second. Very good performance from the Korean athletes. You were telling us about those earlier on, just how impressive they are. Chaba Boom from Hungary coming home 4th. Popov making it through for the Ukraine. A very impressive performance from him. Started 12th, you know, 32 seconds off the lead. Very, very impressive for the Hungarian, for the Ukraine athlete, sorry, Popov. Then Milan from Italy, 6th. Miles Pillage in 7th. Valentin